Okay, cool. Alright, chat. So, we are going to be doing a movie review, and wait, this is not a Marvel movie. This is not a TV series. This is not something like generic like Marvel or Disney or any kind, right? No, we are actually going to be reviewing and discussing Dragon Ball Super. What's the actual name for this, right? Is it like Dragon Ball Z Super Hero, or is it Dragon Ball Super Hero? It's Dragon Ball Super Hero. Hey, thank you, E-Skater. Anyway, we're gonna be talking about Dragon Ball Super Hero. The new was it like canonical Dragon Ball movie that is like this kind of like the sequel after like Super Broly. Yeah, like it's kind of like a sequel because it's the second one after, and it retains all of like the the story stuff that happened like before. Like you still see like some characters. We're not gonna get into like spoiler stuff yet, but you do see some like stuff carried over from the first film from the first Super film to this one, and this film, without getting into like spoilers, right? Not right now anyway. Super Hero. This one's kind of badass. This one is really cool. This is a cool Dragon Ball movie. No shit. Like the premise alone, like it's not Goku or Vegeta, right? It's not our main dudes, but it's actually our favorite Dragon Ball characters. Our true dad Piccolo and our badass character Gohan. Because originally, like, Gohan in the original anime, like, he got nerfed to shit, right? He became, like, a high school teacher, or, not a high school teacher, sorry. He became, like, a professor of bugs, or, like, what's the field that, a biologist, yeah. Yeah, it's a biologist, but I know there's like a specific etymology for studying what Gohan is. He studies bugs. So there's like a specific name under the biologist nomenclature, right? I forgot what it is, but like, yeah, he studies like bugs, for God's sake. And he's like a scholar, and all because of like Chi-Chi, okay? Like Chi-Chi just like neutered my boy down. In the movie they said he was a biologist. I don't know the specific name for the biologist that studied bugs. Yeah, okay, then we'll just call him biologist, right? We'll just call him a biologist for our safety, right? So, but overall this movie looks really fire, right? Like, originally in Super it was not totally 3D like it is in Super Hero, right? Cause like in the first Super movie, which was like Broly, it was kind of like most of the time it was 2D. Like you can see characters like doing like 2D like animations. Now here in Super Hero, Broly got a lot of praise because of like the action scenes that took place in Broly, like all that 2.5D, all the crazy cinematic actions, and of course there was fighters to take into account, right? Like the fact that Arc System Works made like a Dragon Ball game that had fluid animations and that it looked like 2.5D, it was like, oh my god, wow. Like Dragon Ball never looked like, I feel like Dragon Ball never looked this good, and I want to say that, like, I feel like Dragon Ball going forward now, I feel like Dragon Ball should carry this animation style into, like, everything that they do. Because, I know, like, it's new, right? There will be some, like, old, like, diehards of Dragon Ball saying like, oh, the old animation looks a little bit better, why are you saying that, Khaiza? But here I was so impressed. Like I watched this in my theater at Newport, at the Newport Mall. It was me and my friends, we were like watching it, and we were just like blown away at like the visual effects, the CG. Well, I don't know if animated movies do excuse me, do have CG, right? But yeah, the visual effects, the special effects were freaking phenomenal, right? This is like, holy shit, how did Dragon Ball evolve into something like this, right? Like, in terms of just visual aesthetics, this one is like a 10 out of 10. And there have been like some animes like before, right? There was some like animated 3D animes like before, like, you know, Kengan Ashura. There's like a couple, like what was it, Levius, and I know like there's a few that I have watched and that really like grabbed me, but they don't have like, I feel like don't have like the level of like polish, right? Because, you know, of course they were starting out, and here in Dragon Ball Super, it's like, holy crap, like this is like Arc System Works level of like polish, you know? I was a little scared in the first scene seeing the CG, but ultimately I agree, the 3D definitely worked in this movie. Yeah, right? For this movie specifically, oh my god, like how Dragon Ball like Super Hero performed all of its like stuff, it's like, holy crap, this is pretty insane. Like, this feels like, you know, this is not an anime, this is like a fucking like, this is like a fucking animation piece at work. But for the most part, right, it is a Dragon Ball film, right? There's like a lot of like gags. Yeah, there's like half gags and half action, right? And there were like some things that were really like off-putting, right? Like, there's some things that are just like, ugh. But I do love that, like, well, okay, let's go to, like, spoilers territory. Let's go to, like, get my hands flashed out, like, this is gonna be, like, the spoilers mode, the spoilers, right? Holy shit. So, how it starts off with this movie, right? It goes off with, like, I think I saw, like, a little bit. Me and my friends, I think it was, like, no, not I think, it was me, It's Amazing, and Leo, or Senjo Sensei on Twitch. We went on a movie date and watched Dragon Ball Super, but we were late to see like the trailers and the opening like intro for Dragon Ball Super. So yeah, it was like we went out hella late. We got into like traffic, but we luckily made it to the movie, and we didn't like miss much except for like a small like recap. And I think like the recap was like the Red Ribbon Army, right? Like I think that was like the motif behind the this movie, is that the Red Ribbon Army is coming back, and you get like these new android characters, right? That the whole like premise behind those two, I think, no, not I think. Those two characters named Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, right? They are like androids, like super-powered androids, secretly developed by the Red Ribbon Army and made by a scientist named Dr. Hedo. He's a small, like, fat, like, midget dude that, his whole shtick wants to be, like, a hero of justice, right? And blames the Bulma Corporation for bringing, like, aliens like Goku and Vegeta. And, of course, a Namekian, who is also an alien, even though everybody calls him Great Demon King Piccolo. Really funny. Really funny keeping up with the lore of OG Dragon Ball. Oh, and speaking of lore, right, I hate that, like, if anybody remembers, excuse me. If anybody remembers Android 21, right, from Dragon Ball FighterZ, yeah, she's canonical now. She is legit fucking canonical in Dragon Ball Super because she is the daughter of Dr. Gero, right? And she's like, wait, what? What? Excuse me? I thought it was just a fighter's thing, not like anything real. But apparently it is real. Oh god damn it. But yeah, like Android 21 is a daughter to Dr. Gero. Dr. Hedo is like someone different, and Dr. Hedo was she his daughter or his wife? I didn't get to see the family tree too well. In the movie, they suggested that they made like a little pole. They made like a little tree that like Dr. Gero is like here, and then down at the bottom is like Android 21. So, in that sense, in that flow, you can say that like Android 21 is Dr. Gero's daughter. So, and then at the side there was like Android 16 or something, which is like I don't know how that family tree works, but. Let's just assume that being the case. But yeah, Dr. Hedo wants the Red Ribbon Army to become like something for the majority good, you know? And so he wants the Red Ribbon Army to be a force of good rather than like a force of evil, and blamed like Capsule Corporation, specifically Bulma, who runs Capsule Corp, as an evil entity, like bringing in monsters and plotting world domination, even though we all know as like Dragon Ball heads, like the Red Ribbon Army was like the complete fucking opposite, right? Like, no matter how long you get into like a work, the longer you get into a work, the more you see like, oh, I hate this job for reasons. Type of feel. And so, like, I thought it was going sideways. Android 21 being Gero's wife, then 16 was his son, not the father of Dr. Hedo guy. Why 21 in Dragon Ball FighterZ wants to specifically revive 16 in the game? That could be a theory. I would have to like look at it again. I always thought it was like Dr. Gero had a baby and it was Android 21. Something like that, you know? And so the movie starts after like the whole like monologue of the Red Ribbon Army. It shows our boy Piccolo, and he's training the next Saiyan generation, and that is Pan, of course, right? Because because Pan is the next fighter of kin. She is going to be like the main heroine in GT, which, you know, this is where I'm like fearing that like GT is going to be canon at some point. It's just that the writers and the storyboard artists and of course developers and producers of Dragon Ball, and even Toriyama himself is like thinking like, oh, we're gonna slowly build Super a fucking glorified canon filler arc, and that we're gonna progress our way to GT, you know? Like, okay. But what was it? Oh yeah, Pan is training. She is learning her legs a little bit. Like, she has difficulty of flying, and so she gets Piccolo to like train her. And it's always funny, you know, to see that like Piccolo is like the legal guardian of the Gohan family, right? Because even though he acts like an edgelord, even though, right, like he is the guardian of the Earth now, right? He still loves Gohan. He still loves Pan, right? He still makes sure that everybody is safe and accounted for. Like, he is the best dad, right? And of course, right, that's an ongoing joke in Dragon Ball FighterZ, and everybody agrees Piccolo is the best father than Goku. Because Goku is just like, you know, he's not really a dad, right? And where is Goku in this film? He's all the way outside, like, hanging out with Beerus and Whis, training Broly to, like, you know, control his power, and it gets, like, a little sparring match with Vegeta. And their whole fight is happening while Piccolo and Gohan are doing their own thing, right? And what's their own thing, right? The Red Ribbon Army comes in, scouts like potential dangers of the Bulma Corporation. First sees Piccolo, right? The blue guy, Gamma 2, spots Piccolo, and it's like, wait, what the fuck are you? And it's like, I am Gamma 2, a hero of justice. Excuse me. Oh god. And so Piccolo and Gamma 2 duke it out, like Gamma 2 being like, you know, a super OP like android, giving Piccolo a run for his money. And after like a huge like blast explosion by Gamma 2 from his like laser guns hit. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, can I just say that like I already like Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 for the fact that like, you know, there's always like a running gag with Dragon Ball Z. Like, it all started with the Ginyu Force, and the Ginyu Force, what's literally Ginyu Force? They are a Sentai squadron from Tokusatsu. So Toriyama wrote those characters like they're like, oh, they're a Power Rangers trope. They do all these like flashing poses and shit like that, and we don't get to see them at the light of the day, right? Because they're like, you know, side characters, side villains. The only one that technically survived was fucking Ginyu because of because of his fucking soul swap ability. But yeah, like these two are just literally fucking Power Rangers or Kamen Rider characters. The Gamma 2 is just really living it up with all like the henshin poses and shit like that, you know? Like he always wants to manage to do like a pose or whatnot, and Gamma 1's like, oh, bitch, come on, I ain't doing those silly ass poses, get the fuck out of here. But they are, which is funny, and I realized that when I was like watching the watching the film, is that, bro, like, why is Toriyama subtly sprinkling in like, you know, Power Rangers magic? Like, I didn't know he was like a Toku fan, right? I just assumed that. I just assumed that they were just like cute like tropes, but now that I think about it, there were like at least like a few times that Power Rangers has sprinkled some form of like Toku related material in the vast Dragon Ball shows, right? Like, which is crazy. Holy shit. I did not like realize that up to this point. I mean, like, I've always like known about it, but I never like connected the dots here and there, you know? So Piccolo infiltrates the Red Ribbon Army, Metal Gear style, and they see like the Red Ribbon goons with Dr. Hedo. I forgot. There's another like Red Ribbon Army character who's also like a midget. Sorry if I'm saying like midget, maybe like offensive, but hey, you know, like if the description fits, right? And then there's this like tall, lanky, like 6-foot person who's like a bodyguard, right? And they assess like they assess Piccolo and some of like the warriors that are there residing on Earth. They dictate Goku, Vegeta as primary evil targets that need to be disposed of, but they're off planet. And so they set their sights on Gohan, who's like, you know, assumed to be the most powerful person on Earth, or the most next powerful Saiyan on Earth. But like I said, Gohan's like, oh god damn it. Why is he a biologist? Why is he studying bugs for shit, right? Like, oh my god, why the fuck is he doing that, you know? They do my boy dirty, and it's been an on-running joke in like Dragon Ball Z is like, man, Gohan is done so dirty after like, well, during Majin Buu and after Majin Buu, because like, oh man, Goku's like, oh sorry, not Goku, sorry, Gohan is like attending high school, and has he been like training? Has he been like doing stuff while like keeping up his school persona or this fucking like great Saiyaman figure? Turns out he got murked. Oh my god, my throat. That scene where he shows Piccolo the bug that goes golden, like, dude, you're literally a Super Saiyan, right? Like, I still blame Chi-Chi for this, right? Because like they made my boy Gohan, who had this like fucking glow up in the Cell Saga right at the very end, and just completely decimated everything in his path until like one, you know, cocky ass decision that he let Cell go. He let Cell go before dealing with the finishing blow, and so his dad had to like transport Cell to the Kami planet and all that jazz, you know. Yeah, but ever since like the Majin Buu saga, they did my boy dirty. Now he's like a scholar. Now he doesn't want to be able to fight. He's just in like teacher mode, and I'm like, bruh. Albeit I like to be a teacher, right? But damn, bro, that's like, you're the most powerful next Saiyan after Goku and Vegeta, and your ass is studying insects. I'm like, come on now. Piccolo, look that this insect I found can turn golden like a Super Saiyan. I mean, can't you do that too, son? And so it would have been literally better if Gohan stayed a scholar, but he did something to like try to study energy and ramp up global security under the guise of doing it for Hercule. That's some like big conspiracy or like plot theory behind that, though. I don't know, E-Skater. I don't know if I like that one. Try to study energy and ramp up global security. Oh shit. Gohan is gonna be the protector. He's gonna be a hero for hire. Well, what was it? Oh yeah, so Piccolo in the movie devises a way to get Gohan back into Prime while still like alerting the group, the Z Fighters group, that an imminent threat is coming, right? Which is like the androids or the Red Ribbon Army. So what Piccolo devises to do, or what Piccolo helps the Red Ribbon Army out to do, they made the Red Ribbon Army into a pharmaceutical company, man. It's not that far-fetched. Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, like, Red Ribbon Army is still Ribbon Army. No matter how much you, like, differently, like, name brand, like, your MO, whether it be pharmaceutical or whether it be, like, you know, a global, like, supermarket, you're still a nasty-ass corporation beneath it all. So what the Red Pharmaceutical Ribbon Company does is that, alright, let's kidnap Pan from her day at preschool and force Gohan to surrender. And Piccolo aids the Red Ribbon Army, kidnaps quote-unquote kidnaps Pan, and they go to Gohan's house, and like all that shit was happening. Gohan was like just studying bugs. Is like, what? And then like a guard like brings up Pan's name, like, or like shows that Pan has been kidnapped by the Red Ribbon Army, and then my boy gets that glow up, right? Like, yo, my man Gohan though, oh my god, like, yo, you kidnapped my daughter. I hope you better like roach your will, my boy, cause yo, I'm gonna get you. And you see him with that glow up, like, he intimidates a fucking Red Ribbon police guard by just like powering up and like asking him where is my daughter, as he like creates like a fucking crater near his house, right? It's like, god damn, boy, god damn. I'm like, bruh! He created a fucking pool near his house, not gonna lie. He created a pool near his mansion. And so, they rush to the Red Ribbon Army, and Gohan sees Pan being like quote-unquote held prisoner / kidnapped, and you know, a fight in the rain ensues between Gohan and Gamma 1, while Piccolo fights Gamma 2, right? And it's the most like badass, like, I feel like anime under the rain scene. I mean, I could be wrong because there could be like others, but my boy flexing on those like androids, man. Holy shit, like, we already knew, right? Like, even before this movie came out, when they showed like footage of, when Dragon Ball showed footage of like Gohan like getting that like glow up, he goes into Super Saiyan, he gets like his badass moment. It's like, alright, this is Gohan's time to shine. And they delivered on that promise. Gohan just goes fucking wild. Not ape shit crazy, right? Not like an Ozaru type of stuff, but yo, my boy Gohan, yo, he's giving them hands. He's giving them hands everywhere, right? But of course, right, time has reared its ugly end on Gohan, right? Like, he doesn't feel like he wants to fight, he only fights out of necessity, right? Like, he's not like the battle-crazed gorilla that his dad is or Vegeta is. He just wants to live a simple life. And so in times in this movie, he's like, oh god, I'm fighting. Wait, my glasses. Where are my glasses? You know, I can't see without my glasses. Literally fucking Velma shit. I'm like, what? I'm like, excuse me? So while Gohan is fighting Gamma 1, Piccolo is fighting Gamma 2, and he did a while back get like a power up with Dende, like unlocking his hidden potential, and with the help of Shenron, of course, right? yo, deadass, that's like a line. Does your eyesight correct yourself when you go Super Saiyan? I'm like, bro. So, without Super Saiyan, you're just a plain blind bitch, huh, Gohan? I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me? What you doing, my boy? Yeah, it's such a fucking comical gag, and that's where, like, some of, like, the gags comes in, because it's like Dragon Ball, right? Dragon Ball is not only just, like, action, but it's also, like, the comedy behind Dragon Ball, which makes it super fucking good. Like, it's not only a shonen, but it's also like, oh, it's not afraid to take itself, you know, lighthearted, or like, you know, it's not afraid to be not super serious all of the time, which I appreciate. I appreciate that for Dragon Ball. And so, speaking of like the gags, there were like a plenty ton, like Piccolo using a smartphone. Like, he's like, what? He's like holding it like this, or something like this, as he like makes a call. Like, he's got these big meaty hands or some shit. That's really funny. He also has like plushies that he keeps because Videl thanks him for doing a wonderful job taking care of Pan while Gohan is busy studying. You know. Well. Oh, and there's also like, oh god, two of my favorite gags in that movie. One, Bulma using the Dragon Balls for some trivial ass fucking wishes. Like, yo Bulma, you summoned me. I am Shenron. What you want, girl? Shenron, can you make my butt look bigger? Oh fuck it. Oh god, that made me cough. Oh god. That is the most. Hey yo, Shenron, can you make my butt look bigger? Can you make my eyelashes a little bit longer? Can you add mascara on my face? I'm like, Bulma has been maybe 2 centimeters to my eyelashes. Yo, deadass, like, what? Yeah, like Bulma is using all of those like wishes just for herself, right? Just to make herself more younger, right? Because, you know, she's like a mom. She's like, what? What's her age in Super? What's her age in Super in this one? Is it like 20? Is it like 30 something? Is it like 30s, 35? I forget like what her age is because she goes through different like ages. I just don't know what exactly her age is at that. Has to be older, honestly. Yeah, like let's just say like Bulma looks like she's 35, even though she has like a 10-year-old kid. So we would assume that like, okay, age has not reared her end yet, right? She doesn't get Oh no, she does get Bola. Yeah, she does get Bola at the end of the Tournament of Power, right? Okay, so she's like 40. She's like 35 or 36. That's a good age. That's a good age for her. But yeah, she uses those wishes to like make her butt look bigger or make her eyes, and like Piccolo just like berates her like, "Hey yo, Bulma, you using those wishes for something so stupid like that? Yo, you could be using those wishes to end world cancer, right? Or some shit like that." And Bulma's like, "Nah, fuck them people with cancer, bro. I wanna look good. I'll fuck them. Fuck them bitches. Nah, they ugly." Nah, they ugly. What else was... Oh, and the second one. Yeah, the second one was my favorite one, and that is... My boy Beerus has a crush on Broly's potential wife, and that's Chi-Lai. Like, that's really fucking funny. It's like, Beerus was like, he got that tingle up, and it's like, yo, this girl looking like a baddie right now, yo. And then Beerus is like, yo, he's still nonchalant, he's still a god of destruction, but he's like, yo, damn, Chi-Lai? She was like 15 or 16 when Dragonball Super started. 15 or 16. Oh, Jesus. And then 10 years... Oh, when Dragon Ball started. Okay. When Dragon Ball started, at 10 years to the beginning of Z, saying that Goku was 18 or so when Gohan was born. And at least 10 to 12 years for Gohan growing up and having a kid. And she's at least in her late 30s or early 40s at least. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, but still, like, Bulma using those wishes for something, where the wishes could be used for something meaningful, like, you know, give us more sensu beans, or like some shit like that. And Bulma just uses them for like, you know, beauty enhancements. Yo, I want to get that Nicki Minaj butt implant, bro. Like, fuck, man, I want my ass to be bigger and catch all the men. Like, what? But yeah, like, Bulma wishing for trivial stuff is a good gag. Chi-Lai and Beerus, Chi-Lai / Beerus is a good tag, good ship tag, good gag. So there are like some pretty good gags in there. Oh, and well, this is like a gag, but we'll get to that like later on. So like the fight happens, right? Gohan versus Gamma, Piccolo versus Gamma, right? And what happens after is that more power-ups happen, right? First one being like Piccolo, like where Shenron did him a good service and gave him like the orange Piccolo mode, which is like he gets like bigger, right? His skin turns like orange. He gets like his facials get like a big buff, and he's like a walking tank of a Namekian, right? Like he could take in so many hits, and he can still like throw a few punches against like a Gamma here or there. And Gohan enters like mystic mode when he was doing training with the Elder Kai, so they're pretty much giving Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 on the ropes, right? But of course, this is Red Ribbon Army, and the main leader behind the Red Ribbon Army, he's like this like red like tuxedo wearing dude, like there you go. He's like this like red tuxedo wearing dude, and he out of like fear of losing, he unleashes the secret weapon that Dr. Hedo has been like cooking up behind the brewery. And that is Cell Max. Cell Max. I shit you not. It is revived Cell, but it's crazy Unga Bunga mode Cell. So the best comparison to give Cell Max in all of like the Dragon Ball movies, he's Bio Broly, right? Like, you remember how like in Broly's Second Coming, the DBZ film, where Broly got blasted to Kingdom Come, and with Gohan, Goten, and their dad, who were like fighting them, who was like away and still fighting them. He shot a big like fucking Kamehameha. Yeah, he is Bio Broly. Yeah, dead ass. Dead ass, that's what it is, E-Skater. Oh my god. Yeah, he's just basically Unga Bunga Cell with no brain. He doesn't speak at all. He just screams, and he's just this like big like kaiju looking motherfucker, right? Like, they made some modifications to him. Like, they gave him like red skin, right? They removed his perfect cell face with the second stage cell for his facials, and they gave his tail like a fucking like mace, like a disco ball mace. Like, excuse me? You mean to tell me you gave my boy Cell like a Bio Broly treatment? You mean to tell me the second to baddest motherfucker in the world, right? Like, comparable to like Frieza and Majin Buu, right? You mean to tell me Cell got dirtied on? He's just a screaming kaiju, and I love that, by the way. That's another tokusatsu reference, that Cell Max is a fucking kaiju, and Orange Piccolo goes giant as well, just to match the body size of fucking Cell Max, even though Piccolo admittedly says it's a bluff. It's a fucking bluff, right? Oh my god. I don't even understand how that's an improvement on Perfect Cell. I think Dr. Hedo was blowing smoke up Magenta's butt. Bro, like, I mean, Dr. Hedo may be a genius, but he's a fat ass. Like, all he eats are fucking like Oreo cookies. Yeah, that's another gag, and that's another placement. Oh my god, yo. My boy, Dr. Hedo, this fat ass like Super Sentai lover, right? Or this like Kamen Rider lover. Bro, he just eats fucking Oreo cookies on the way from his like estate to the Red Ribbon Army, and he just like chowing down on those things. I looked at that, and I talked to my friends. I was like, bro, I want some Oreos now. Maybe I didn't like say it at the time, but I was like, man, I want some Oreos. It's so fucking funny that, like, wait, why is this bitch eating Oreos? Like, you know what that brought up in my mind now? It's like fucking Kingdom Hearts, if anybody has played that game, where Kingdom Hearts just, you see my three dudes, Axel, Roxas, and Shion, yo, they just eat on a fucking rooftop and eat sea salt ice cream forever. Like, this is Dr. Hedo's Oreo cookies is like sea salt ice cream to him. Jeez, man, it's fucking unbelievable. That's a product placement gag. And so, well, where was I? Oh yeah, Cell Max has been broken out of his holding cell. He fights whoever he sees, like hands on sight or like eyes on sight, right? And Cell Max is so big for the rest of the crew, right? Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 decide to stop fighting them for that, you know, they brought out Cell Max. Holy shit, we better make a truce or some shit. And so they do. They do. And everybody fights Cell Max, right? Krillin comes in, Goten and Trunks comes in, and this is where like the other they did my two characters dirty like that. Yo, that's Team Goten and Team Trunks together. So are we gonna see a fusion dance, right? And they do the fusion dance. They missed their mark, and it's Fat Gotenks. So I'm like, you mean to tell me you did dirty on my boys' fusion like that? They did like 3 things dirty in this film. Oh my god. With the fucking ass shot and everything. So it's like another gag, right? Of course, it has to be like a good gag, like fucking Dragon Ball Super Broly, where Goku and Vegeta tried to do the fusion dance in time for Broly, right? But we haven't seen Gotenks in a while, and we've always thought of like, yo, what could like a teen version of Gotenks like look like? How badass would he be, right? And then they reserve him as a gag character, which is like, that fucking sucks. I wish they didn't have to do that. Toriyama, what the fuck is going on? Excuse me? Cheese and rice. But what was it? Yeah, so they form an alliance, yeah, and excuse me. They form an alliance, Gamma 1, Gamma 2, everybody fights in, Gotenks, Krillin, who else was there? Oh, and 18 was there because, you know, lore connections, right? 18 was associated with the Cell Saga, right? So that shit she came in, and so everybody's trying their hardest. Piccolo gets like the big like kaiju blow up size, and Piccolo devises a way for Gohan to unleash his full hidden potential, right? Where that's like his like ultimate like power up, and Gohan sees his like dad getting beaten up to shit by Cell Max, right? And Gohan gets the ultimate power up and becomes, I don't even know what to call it. Like, it looks like Ultra Instinct because of like the silvery white hair, but it's not. So this is like Super Saiyan mixed with Mystic Gohan, and that maybe like brought up like the silver hair and the red eyes. So the form that Gohan takes is literally Super Saiyan 2, but like his current like age. And yo, that's pretty badass. Like, he's cocky, he's like a big shit walking around. He does the old classic thing where he like kicks like fucking kicks Cell in the goddamn dick, right? And holy shit, man, like, yo, Teen Gohan? Sorry, not Teen Gohan, sorry. Adult Gohan with that new transformation? Yo, that's pretty badass. I like it. And to have it be like, you know, the creme de la creme, right? Gohan has been practicing this move behind Piccolo's back, and yo, he does like special beam cannon. He does literally special beam cannon! And it like just blows up like Cell Max, which is like the most bullshit, the most asinine thing for Cell, like in Cell Max. Yeah, his weakness is his head. Right? They literally fucking like Avengers Infinity War Thanos Cell Max, right? You should have gone for the head. I don't know what the fuck the Dragon Ball team was like hoofing and a cooking for like Cell Max to not only be super fucking disgusting, make him extra goddamn big, and that his weak spot is his head. Someone in the theater said they didn't like Gohan's hair, even though it looks like Super Saiyan 2 but silver. Using the special beam cannon, that was pretty badass. Someone did say that in the theater? Nah, I think like in my movie theater, some boys like in the back were like pretty jazzed about like, yo, Gohan's getting in! Yo, Gohan's getting in, right? It's always like a magical fucking experience, right? Because this is like 2 times that happened, and both of them were in like Dragon Ball movies, right? With my friends, of course, right? They were right next to me. I personally love this from going into like the 2 Dragon Ball movies in theaters with my friends. And we were like sitting either in like middle row or in front row, right? Middle or in front. There were some guys just like, you know, just howling that like, yo, let's go! And like, I don't think I ever got that experience outside in the movie theater outside of Dragon Ball films. I guess it's just like Dragon Ball makes that like emotional fucking energy connection thing that like, yo, we're supposed to be staying quiet in a movie theater. Yo, this is Dragon Ball though. Why should I stay quiet? You know? I pretty much like that. And I'm pretty sure it's the same feeling like in other like Marvel movies, like fucking Spider-Man No Way Home and Avengers Endgame, where like the whole cast comes in and or like the 3 Spider-Mans come in. It sort of has like that I guess it's just like the pre-COVID or the COVID feeling, or like the big hype for these like movies that everybody's excited for. That fuck all our inhibitions, right? Let's be no filter as we possibly can, right? Like that's crazy. I've always like appreciated that. Honestly, in all action movies, like why stay quiet? Yo, deadass. I like people giving their first impressions while watching it with them. Kind of fun. Oh yeah, like that's an exuberant fucking feeling. Like having someone to watch a thing that you also like, that you alone like, is a worthwhile feeling. It shows that like you're not like forcing them, right? You get to see, the other person gets to see you on what makes you really happy in this world, or like what sort of like film media or like television media or even like cartoon or anime media gets you really going. And they see like that optimism or like that hype from you, and they're like, okay, I'm curious to see this. And when they see that positive feeling for themselves like you do, oh my god, it's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful feeling to like have that connection and have them enjoy the same experiences as you, you know? Like, that's what I do. That's what I always do for like, you know, my channel when it comes to like fighting games. I just want to give like, you know, what makes a fighting game fun, what makes like an action game fun, or what makes like Super Sentai or Tokusatsu fun, you know? Like if I want to watch a movie with no one else talking, just wait until it's on a streaming service. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, true. Like streaming services do like take away that element of like the movie theaters. Like I remember back in the day when movie theaters were like closed and all that's left are streaming services. Like you can't see movie theaters until like, you know, a year back, and everybody just sort of enjoys movie theaters. Not sort of. Everybody just loves movie theaters again because of that element. Oh, sorry, my bad. But yeah, like it got super fucking hype when like Gohan turned into that like non-Ultra Instinct mode, and did this fucking special beam cannon, and the movie ends with like Cell defeated, you know, oh, and Gamma 2 like sacrifices himself right? Because, you know, his one last hoorah to, like, make sure Cell is dead. And so Gamma 1 stays alive, as well as Dr. Hito. Everybody's alive, Pan is safe and sound, and, you know, that's how the movie ends. Oh no, it ends with Pan, like, finally learning how to fly around, which is, you know, a good, like, payoff, right? In the intro, she's struggling to learn how to fly, and now she learns how to fly. So that's great. Like, people in old theaters, like before TVs and motion pictures, used to talk all the time. It's not even that historically accurate for everyone to be quiet in the movie theater. Ah, wow. I never knew that, because I always thought of, like, the film media, like, nowadays, like, whenever you see characters go into a movie theater, you always gotta, like, shush the fuck up. And that's how you, like, enjoy movies. But it's surprising to hear that, like, wow, it's being transformed, or it's actually the reverse. Which makes sense, right? Like, you see a movie, my friend is an actress and tells me some historical facts sometimes. Aw, man, hook me up, man. I want to learn some history. I miss learning history. I stopped learning history, man. I stopped learning, like, biographical facts of things, you know? Shit. But yeah, like, that's how the movie ends, right? Everybody gets their last hoorah, everybody has their last gag, you know? Pan is saved, Gohan gets his mojo back, right? Never relax your guard, right? Never be a slouch, and that's how the movie ends. And that was fun. It was a fun film. And then, of course, the end credit scene, there's like an extra credit scene of Dragon Ball Super with Goku and Vegeta having their mock battle, which was stated before, which was happening while Gohan and Piccolo were fighting the Red Ribbon Army. And my man Vegeta finally won in that mock battle. I was like, wait, you mean to tell me Goku and Vegeta had their badass battle while Gohan and Piccolo were doing their own thing and Vegeta came out on top? And you see my boy Broly, like, crying, like, yo, this was the best shit ever, right? he looks at Chilai's friend and is like, yo, right, deadass. Like, jeez, man. But it's still, like, I feel another thing that they did dirty to my boy Vegeta, though. Even though he won, right? It was a mock battle. It was a warm-up battle. Vegeta won, but in all of the years that Vegeta has been into, like, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Fighters, he always comes up short. Right? Like, there's always one slip-up, it's one thing, and the writing direction goes to is that either, like, one time the son of Goku comes out on top, or it's just Goku himself. That's really what it comes down to, and, you know, my boy Vegeta taking those L's here and there, it's kind of like, bro, what's going on? Why are you doing this? And so, Vegeta won that battle, everyone has their last hip hip hooray, and that's how the movie ends, right? And, yeah, like, just, honest to God, yeah, Dragon Ball Super Hero is a pretty fun film, right? I wasn't initially going to the movie theater to watch Dragon Ball Super Hero, honestly, Chad, because, you know, it's theaters and Mom and I have mixed feelings about going to theaters, like, especially in COVID era. But I wanted to go there to hang out with friends just for, like, a good fun time, even though I initially didn't, like, want to. But I was like, hey, you know what? Let me just, like, hop in. Let me just, like, enjoy myself. And I was like, yo, damn, this movie is pretty fire, right? I liked it. I liked it a lot. I had a lot of fun time just, like, talking about some stuff and watching a movie. And, of course, like, hanging out with Zin and Leo. If you guys are watching, man, shout out, man, love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the invitation and everything. and of course like the good company. I really appreciate that. But yeah, like fuck, holy shit. Dragon Ball Super, really fun film. And that's where it's like, you know, always a fun time watching something with friends. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, oh my god, yeah. It's always a fun time watching things with like friends rather than watching solo. You can have fun watching solo, but like what me and E-Skater were chatting up a little bit a while back, you always get a little bit of exuberant feeling or like an emotional resonant joy when you watch with a person you like or someone like next to you, you know? You get like that feeling of like, ah, this guy's pretty cool. And so that was like super. And you know, and I was having like these like talks with like my friends last night when we were watching the film. It's like, what's going to be next after this movie? Cause you know, I want there to be like a second film. Oh, sorry, not a second film. A third Dragon Ball Super film, right? Like, these movies gross so much money for like Dragon Ball, like, and it has influenced Dragon Ball Fighters, right? They added Super Broly and Super Gogeta, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Gogeta into the game, and they play absolutely fun, right? And seeing these films, seeing this film was like, man, I want these two boys. I want Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 to be in Fighters as like a later DLC. Even though I know it's not gonna happen, honestly, because like I feel like Fighters is done. Well, there is like the rollback netcode like update, and I don't know if rollback netcode will be like, you know, the opening of the window for something more for Fighters, or it's like the last hoorah, you know, because like the game is like done, right? Like Dragon Ball Fighters now is in a state that like not a lot of people are really like actively watching it as it was like in its glory days, like in its honeymoon phase, right? Because now like most of the teams in Fighters make up like Android 21 like somewhere, and Android 21 being like not like what was it, busted, but like broken. And she's just like running around everywhere, just like getting all those like W's and all that jazz, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't think I like Fighters anymore. I dropped Fighters like a while back. I dropped Fighters a while back because of like, you know, technical reasons and, you know, emotional reasons behind it. And I did have fun with the game, but now it's like every time I pop in Fighters, I'm like, man, I want to play Marvel or something else of like that, you know? I don't want to play Fighters, like, not anymore. I'd rather play like some other like fighting game than Fighters. Maybe for like if a friend like invites me to play like a game that they like, I'll be down to play a fighting game. But would I have a personal interest in playing Fighters? Absolutely not. But man, would I be down to like see if Gamma 1 or Gamma 2 comes out in like Fighters, like if there's more to Fighters than 21 and rollback, boy, would I love it that Gamma 1, Gamma 2 is added as like the last fucking characters, and that will be like the last hoorah of Fighters. It's just these two. Or like make them like one character. Like you can do like a I don't know if, oh no, Marvel has done it. Yeah, they could like swap between different versions. Like Ryu has done it, Sakura has done it, those types of shits. It would be so awesome that if Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 were added in the game and they could like swap between them. Like you start off as 1 or start off as 2. Oh my god, that would be amazing. That would be an amazing playstyle. But yeah, like Gamma 1, Gamma 2 would be pretty nice. As far as like the movie goes, this is what I was like saying before, like the whole spoiler stuff. I want like Dragon Ball to actually adopt this like animation style, not just for the movies, but for like the anime in regard, right? Like, I want them to use that budget and make their fights like as glorious, and of course like make their like animations as, you know, stylish as possible, right? Like, cause goddamn, look at the, like how this movie is, and tell me like if Dragon Ball were to like move forward or to like make like what Super like 2 anime series, bro, tell me that like convince me that like, you know, this style is not good for the anime. I'm like, I feel like that should be a thing. I feel like that should be a thing for for Dragon Ball going forward, you know? But hey, you know, like, it can only be, like, there could be also some, like, arguments that's saying, like, you know, the budget is only went for the movie and not for, like, the anime, so the anime will, like, go down. If that happens, I'm not gonna watch Super like that, bro. Hell no. Oops, sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. But yeah, like Dragon Ball Super is a good, what would I give like a rating to, right? If I were to rate Dragon Ball Super Hero, I would say it's a 7 out of 10, right? Like, I would say it's a 7. And we watched this in dub, so I don't know how the experience will be if it is, well, sorry, we watched this in subbed, right? I don't know how the experience is if we watched it in dub, but I'm pretty sure it's like just nostalgia, seeing or hearing like the voices, right? Evidently, it is like a nostalgia trip, like at the beginning of the movie, because it's like a fucking recap of the Red Ribbon Army. But yeah, like Super Hero is a 7 out of 10, right? I love like the gags and the action and stuff like that, but I don't know, like maybe like the pacing or like some things that were done to like characters where it's like I really put like a fucking factor on that and make like the scale like a little bit lower, because man, they did my boy Code Tanks dirty, they did my boy Cell dirty. There's some like weird transformations with, well, even though they're like cool, but they're like weird transformations nonetheless, right? Orange Piccolo like turning into like a fucking kaiju, or like Orange Piccolo himself. Gohan is like okay, like he gets like the glow up, but yeah, just like something about it, just like the pacing was like off. There was like a lot of like humor here and there, you know, so that was pretty fun to like watch and witness. But yeah, if anything, I really liked Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 a lot more than like the Z Fighters roster of Dragon Ball. And you know, of course, like the gags weighed an impact on like the scale, but yeah, like I think everything else about Fighters is really good. I probably take more issue on how the transformations are going to be implemented in the rest of the Dragon Ball anime lore, because the manga right now is questionable. Oh yeah, because like I saw on Twitter like the Dragon Ball Super like manga. Yeah, characters are just getting like new forms or like new changes here and there. Like I saw a Twitter thread on Khaiza, and he gets like an extra form. He gets like an extra form outside of like Golden, or what was it? I don't want to like spoiler it, or I don't know what it is because I don't read Dragon Ball Super manga. maybe I should at one point, you know? Maybe I should, but yeah, I hear like they're calling him Black Frieza online. Black Frieza. Yeah, like, wait, what the fuck? And I think I saw you like tweeting about that or like posting that up on Instagram, like, yo, if Black Frieza comes in and he's like the Uncle Ruckus of the Dragon Ball lore. Uncle Ruckus! From fucking Boondocks. Shit, man. Yeah, like, I don't know why they had to like do that? I don't know why they had to like do that, you know? Like, it feels like super fucking, wait, what? What did they just pull off? What did they just do? Yeah, but like, the transformations were like, okay, they were pretty good. Not as something goated as like Broly, because Broly does have like, you know, that energy and the nostalgia behind it, because everybody loves Broly transformations, even with the a Super movie. Here in like Gohan, like we get like a little bit of like the nostalgia where like his mind snaps when he sees Piccolo getting beat up by Max Cell. It's like, alright, time to go ape shit now. And he gets like a Super Saiyan 2 looking form, which is like, what? Yeah, it looks cool, he's badass, but like, damn, bro, like, you mean to tell me that like gets like a reskin of Super Saiyan 2. just with the adult face. I don't know, man. But yeah, like, that's Super, right? That's Super Hero. I don't know if it's available. I don't know if there's still showtimes available for Super Hero, because, like, anime movies don't, from what I remember, I think it was, like, in 2019, I think it was, like, in 2019, where, the Super Broly movie was coming out. There were only, like, limited times for the anime movie. I'm not sure if that has changed now. Or if there's like, now there's like multiple show times for Super Broly, so you could get that chance, because back then, if it was like a Japanese film, you would not get like an English localization in any movie theater here in the US at all. You would have to like go to Japan to watch that film authentically. And whatever's here in the US, you have to watch whatever's being made in the US. So, I don't know if there's like still showings. Okay, yeah, so there's a lot of showings here, right? AMC Newport is there. Jersey Gardens. Man, I haven't been to Jersey Gardens in a long time. I know there was like one for the Secaucus movie theater. Yeah, but like apparently there's like a lot of showings for Dragon Ball Super. So yeah, go and watch this movie like whenever you can, however you can, right? Pretty solid movie. Pretty solid movie, like solid in sense, but it's a good fun watch nonetheless, right? Would I like recommend it? If you're a Dragon Ball fan, watch it, right? I'm like a casual on all like the Dragon Ball stuff, not like a super die-hard on the series. I just like know and get informed of stuff. But if you're like a super big fan of Dragon Ball FighterZ, then definitely go ahead and watch this film, right? Super good and well worth your time and money, you know? Okay.